Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The show is about to begin.
Welcome to the podcast, concerts that made us, interviews and stories, tales from the bus. We love taking you back to when it all went down, the greatest live shows and the cheering crowd sound. It's concerts that made us, concertsthatmadeus.com.
Hi, this is Tarah Who, and you're watching Concerts That Made Us.
Tarah, you're very welcome to Concerts That Made Us.
Thank you. It's exciting.
I'm delighted to have you now. I'm looking forward to diving into your music over the next bit. Now, you recently released the album The Last Chase. Take us deeper into it if you can.
Initially it was an EP, and then I just continued writing. And so I asked Alain if he had time to do more recording, and then we had enough songs to make it an album. And actually it was a very simple, easy, natural process. I don't know how Alain is with other people, but with me, it was just a natural connection. And initially, I wanted to have a female producer. I just wanted to change things up a bit. And as I was writing, because I had never worked with a female producer, so I just wondered how that would be. And as I was writing, I just kept thinking of the sounds, and I was like, well, I think the only person who understands this would be Alain Johannes. And sure enough, he liked the songs, he liked the demos, and when we first met in Portugal, out of all places, because he was we were thinking about like waiting, but I'm not someone who waits a lot. I like to make it happen because you just never know what, the future holds, right? So I was like, no, no, I can travel. No worries, you know. And so no, we made it work, and yeah, it was both times we actually planned for um more days than we needed. That's how fast we were going. That's how well we connected. So it was good.
You actually produced it yourself with Alain. Was he welcoming to the idea of you being so hands-on with it?
It's not really like no one was really it was a collaboration, no one it's not like this I did this or I did that. It's just that I've been so used to come up with the full demo, and actually he's the first one who's listened and enjoyed the demo so much that he really wanted to reproduce the vibe of the demo, which was really weird for me because honestly, like I'm like the worst engineer you could ever find, like I play, I do live stuff, but like when it comes to like recording, it's just not my thing. So I have an idea and I just know enough to record an idea, but I don't have the patience to do everything else. Like this looks professional, but that's all, you know. That's the
Yeah.
extent of it, you know. Like there are people that are made for this. Their brain works like this. This is not me. So, like I'm just like, okay, the idea is there. Okay, that's the vibe. Great. Then I go behind the drums. I do because I'm self-taught, right? So I don't know how to communicate my ideas outside of like play this. And it's not play this. It's more like this is the idea. But then, Vincent or Vince was recording the drums and he was like, "Oh, I was thinking we could do this." And it's either yes or no. I'm always open because, I'm only one brain. So, I'm already always open to ideas. It's just that also the choices I make for the songs are because of the vibe of the song. And sometimes musicians, they think of um, you know, the technique more than what the song means. And an example of that is like I have a song called Beautiful and it's about scarification. And it was very abstract to a lot of musicians to hear like the cut, in the song. But I wanted that. I don't care if it's pretty or not, it's what it means. And that's how I work. And with Alain, it's easy because he's so artistic that he doesn't judge any of that. It's not about like making um, a song that will be FM friendly. It's about the message. And I think that's why we really connected on all of this.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that he's more concerned with the message than, radio player, radio friendly. When you think back to the very beginning, the original vision for this album, how close is the final version, do you think?
To be honest, if you listen to the demos outside of like the guitar parts that he came up with, it's so close. And and obviously like Vince is a better drummer and then Ash, so everything is obviously more tight, and it's better recorded, obviously, you know, but he really insisted on keeping the vibe and finding the sounds. And again, everything I do is a mistake. It's like it's the way I function is, does it feel good? You know, and do I like it or do I not like it? But what I exactly do, I have no idea. And then we were recording Army of Women, and there was a guitar sound that he really wanted to hear. And I was like, no, this is what I'm playing. And he's like, are you sure not? And he was tweaking and tweaking the pedals like for a while until we had the sound that was on the demo. And I was like, okay, you know, and, but it's cool. It's cool. And another thing that he does too is that he doesn't edit. That's not his thing. So we would do tracks, we would do, he just needed the vibe. And that's why even if sometimes, like in previous recordings, I trained myself to hear everything and just be like, oh, here the drum is this, or like here there's something like with the bass or the guitar or whatever. But he's not like that. Is if the feeling is there, if it feels like, or if you can hear that it's people playing, you know, we'll keep that because the other take doesn't have that.
Sounds like a match made in heaven. Would you like to continue going forward with Elaine, or would you be open to working with other producers in the future?
I'm open to work with other producers, but I mean, the connection I have with Alain right now is just too good. I already have a few thoughts for a couple other, recordings I want to do, and yeah, of course it's gonna be with him, if he wants to. You know, you know.
I get you. I get you. When you think of the album, is there any specific tracks that have, that you gravitate more towards?
I do like Grown Up. I really love how it came out. Um, yeah, I think that's one of my favorite songs. And but I mean, it's weird to say it, but I'm really proud of the whole album. I didn't really expect to ever feel that way. I'm usually like happy, but I don't know if we had so much fun doing it. I don't know if it's because um it felt so simple and it went so fast. I don't know what it is about this album that feels different and special, but I don't know.
As well as the album, you've also got a movie coming soon. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, yeah. There's a movie being made by Brian Downey, Scottish. Yeah, he's we met because he was shooting a gig of ours in Paris, and I didn't know that he was gonna write something like a live review. And then I read the live review and I saw the pictures, and it was in a gosh, it wasn't even really a dive bar because it's Paris. I don't know, it was a weird spot. And the pictures were, I was surprised that you could even take good pictures in this space, in this place. And then I read what he wrote, and it was something different. The thing is, um, some, and obviously, we're having conversations, so this does not apply to you. But some journalists, I feel like they tend to be a little bit lazy. And
Hmm.
and I'm very into um crediting people's work, in whatever field they are. And and um and I think especially when you're a journalist, you're a writer, like you should take the time. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's
Yeah.
it's all us all together, right? And so a lot of interviews that I've done, unfortunately, it's just basic questions. They don't even actually even done any research on the band or anything. It's just I don't know. So, but what he wrote was definitely personal, and that obviously caught my attention. So then we started discussing on Instagram, and and then we did a photo shoot in Paris, and and I just really see like how good he is as a photographer. And then we were just talking during the shoot, and I said, "Gosh, I'd love to have someone like bring someone to a tour someday, just so that we can actually expose what's really going on behind the scenes of a rock band, woman in rock, and all this." Is like, well, let me know, you know, and then it turned into a movie, and we're really excited about it. And we have this sample documentary that we were passing around just to see if like if people would be interested in getting to know an unknown band, you know.
Hmm.
The reaction of people has been very, very positive. So we're really excited. And well, we hope for the best. Yeah.
Man, when you think of, famous rock documentaries, is there any, I'd imagine it's not like Spinal Tap now, but is there any that you would kind of liken it to?
Um, gosh. I think what I like about like Brian too is that he's very well, obviously he's very artistic, but and keep in mind he's a photographer and he's learning how to make a movie as he's doing this. This is kind of blowing my mind too because um I mean it's a lot. And and he's really good at telling the story. And then I found out too that he's written a couple books and I'm like, "Oh, okay. That makes way more sense because when I try to put things together, it's like in my mind, it just how it shows, you know? And so I don't know. Gosh, and I do like a lot of documentaries, but I think because if he's a photographer, there's something even more um artistic to it because the videography is very beautiful, I think, you know? And he really gets the I was afraid that it was going to be, like too slow and bore people or whatever. So it's like a fine line getting the attention of people who don't know you. Like, why would you, you know? And I think he's doing a great job at it. I don't think I can compare it to anything. And I watch a lot of music documentaries because I love it.
I like it though. I like it totally original, your own sort of spin on it. And when
Yeah.
is it out?
Well, he literally just flew back yesterday to Paris. He lives in Paris with more footage from the Exploited tour and my place because we want to show also like that side and all that. So um, I don't know, 2025. Don't pressure us.
Okay, okay. I can't wait to see it now. I can't wait. And, you mentioned woman in rock. I'd love to get your thoughts on what is it actually like these days to be a woman in rock? Is it still as male dominated as we would imagine? Is there still barriers you have to break down?
Yeah. So it's a lot better, for sure. But there are still little things that I see that, but it's old school. Well, we had a great time with the Exploited and Total Chaos. There was nothing like that within this group. However, some people that are around, kind of are old school, which, to me, when I hear that excuse, like, oh, he's old school, like, to me, it's just not an excuse. Like, do you realize that what you're saying is that he's just immature and has not grown up? And I mean, that is not, we're in 2024,
Exactly.
being old school is just being an old fart. I mean, it's not, and just things like that. A lot of women actually came forward after the shows and they were like, oh my gosh, like seeing like women like playing so hard, like it was like, oh my God. But sometimes I have noticed couples and the girl would um, walk forward to the merch and the boyfriend just like, no, 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 no. So it's
Right.
like, oh, I've caught that a few times. And I'm like,
Huh.
oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. You know, maybe
Yeah.
check in, but that's just my personal thought. You know.
That's an interesting one though. I
Yeah.
wonder. I wonder what it is. Oh.
I mean, it could be anything, it could be like, no, we don't have the cash, but I don't know what it was, I didn't ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. And I'm glad you mentioned the tour and gigs because it's called Concerts That Made Us. So I need to ask you some concert related questions. First off, a bit of an easy one. As a concert goer, what concerts would you say have made you?
Um, well, I'm an early Foo Fighters fan. So early because yeah, but yeah, I used to. go to a lot of shows of the Foo Fighters, Alanis Morissette, of course. Um, Gosh, I did see Brody when she was doing her solo tour. That was great. I wish I could see the Distillers, but they keep canceling. Um, yeah, I don't know if they made me. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have because of that energy, you know. Um, but at one point there was I used to go like 4 or 5 times a week when I lived in Paris to concerts. Like even when I was, gosh, the night before the baccalaureate, I went to see Garbage, and I actually screamed so much that the next day when I came for the test, first of all, I didn't even know which test it was, and then I had lost my voice from screaming. And the weirdest thing is that I actually passed by baccalaureate like first time, and my friends were like, "What the fuck? You haven't done shit for 3 years." I'm like, "I know, it's crazy, huh?"
Oh man. Is there a show that you've attended that maybe fans of your music would be surprised you were at?
Um, I guess unless you know, I used to love Alanis Morissette. I think you'll be surprised that I would go to Alanis Morissette show. I don't know. Um, um, the thing is, one point something happened in my mind, and I just didn't enjoy being at a concert anymore because I wanted to be on stage, you know. And and then that just shifted. I can't really explain. Like if I'm not, you know, even when I'm at a festival that we just played at, I can't really enjoy um watching. I need I don't know. I don't know.
No, I totally get that. It's like the itch is too strong. You want to be up there doing it instead of stand there watching. I totally get that.
Maybe because I'm not like there yet, you know?
Hmm.
And as long as I'm still like trying to get to that point, I think I'm still like, no, no, no. I don't know.
And your own shows then. You've played some killer shows this year, but for anyone that wasn't lucky enough to attend one, what are they like? Give us the full experience if you can.
I don't know. You know, I, we were really scared going on tour with the Exploited and Total Chaos. Wadi actually watched our videos before picking the band to go on tour with, and he said, they're great. Let's take them. Like I love them. And I remember reading the message like, oh, okay, cool. So then I had that confidence. But then as I was like listening to their music, Total Chaos and The Exploited, I was like, we're fucked. We're fucked. I mean, people are going to fucking hate us, especially with the new album that has nothing to do with punk rock.
Hmm.
So I brought in a bunch of our old songs, and I had to put some of the new songs, to promote the album. And first show, people loved us. And I was like, oh, this is great. So that was very encouraging, and what we've heard at every show, every city, every state, we were like being told that they love how it changes, that it's completely different from Total Chaos and Exploited because it's a nice change, and it's a nice warm up to, what's to come. And there's something very original and authentic, and raw, you know. And so even though we're not punk, they totally understood why we were there. So that was awesome, and it reflected on the sales of the merch because we depend on that. And and um, and what we've heard a lot too is that I listened online before coming, and I'm so glad that I came because even though I liked what I heard online, the live show is an experience and it's completely different. And what we like to say is that we feed off the energy of the people, and that's what live is about. And if I see that people are enjoying and they start like moshing and whatever, that's going to get me going. Like for sure. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Is there anything that you would say you have learned from this tour?
I learned too much. How much time do we have? I learned a lot actually, and I kept saying that over time to the band because um, I thought I needed to be a little tipsy, before going on stage or having a little gummy or like something because I get in my head. And the thing is, well, we didn't have this luxury on this tour or the funds, and so you know we did actually this tour sober, but it's just what happened, and I had the most fun, you know. And we're not sober. Like I've been drinking. That's fine. I'm not sober. I'm not saying like anything like crazy, I'm just saying like it was just the circumstances, like we didn't have a writer, we didn't have anything that was, free, and we just couldn't afford, buying drinks every night, but the result of that, the great thing is that I have a great band that is mature and, we played with it instead of complaining. We stayed positive about the whole thing, and we made fun of the situation. And turns out we're like, gosh, we don't even need to get fucked up before a show to play, you know? And that was great, And so that was one thing that we learned. We learned how we touch people because, at every show we had someone that was insane. I don't know if we invite people to come talk to us after the shows. I don't know what it was, but on this specific tour, people would come up to us with stories like, I have an autistic daughter that loves your music. Her favorite song is Manners. And so when I saw that we were playing, I couldn't bring her because she's too young, but I wanted to take pictures. He bought a bunch of merch, and then he tells me all about his daughter. Another one is, while his daughter is in remission of cancer, she's learning how to play guitar. So it's like all those very personal stories that we kept hearing show after show that were very rewarding. It's not just like you're playing your music, it's you're really sharing something with people, and whatever we put out there is doing something. I don't know how to explain, but it was a human connection that I just didn't have before, and I'm a sucker for this, like especially in a world of like AI and like robots and social media, and you don't connect with people anymore. Well, this was like 100% the opposite of that.
Yeah,
So it was beautiful.
absolutely, absolutely. When things like that are happening, though, it shows you you're on the right path, and when you're having that much of an impact on people's lives, it means you can't stop. You have to, keep going till you can't go anymore.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't expect that, and that was just awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And when it comes to show time, your pre-show and post-show. I know you said on this tour you weren't drinking, you were sober, but typically, how do you guys psych yourself up beforehand? Then afterwards, how do you like to unwind and relax?
Well, so pre-show, we never stop, like as soon as we get to the venue for sound check, we're unloading, we do everything ourselves. It's just the four of us. We don't have crew, we don't have roadie, we don't have a tour manager, we just do everything ourselves. So first we're just like figuring things out, like when do they want us to do stuff, you know, get the fuck away from, the headliners because you don't want to be in their way, you know. And then, we're finally set up and everything. 30 minutes before the show, we start like stretching and everything because, I mean, bodies, you know, you
Yeah.
can't move the way we do without stretching. And that's very important. And then I think at that point, like at least 30 minutes before the show, it's important for us, we don't have alcohol, but we have each other. And I think it's us connecting and then getting in the zone together. And that is very like I remember like the couple times like one of us was missing. We're like, we cannot start until so and so is there, but not to go on stage, just to start prepping mentally for the show, And there's really something happening there. And and then we give it all. And then after show, that's probably well, after show we have to move all our shit as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And then usually Nico the drummer and I are usually just packing everything. Ash rushes to the merch table because we cannot miss a sale. And Lisa is kind of like in between putting her stuff away and then headed to the merch table. And then after we finally loaded the van, maybe we have a beer, but we usually just go to the merch and start meeting people. And then it's like when we're back to wherever we're sleeping, is that is when we're like, so did you have fun? You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we just go all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we dive into the last couple of questions, then future plans. We've heard about the movie. Is there anything else you can share with us?
I mean, right now, no, I'm just waiting to, I'm just promoting the album, and I'm just, waiting to hear a couple things about a potential tour with someone that I would love to tour with, but we'll see. And if not, I'll just start writing and just see what's next.
I like it. I like it. Now, what I personally really want to ask is, what are the hopes of getting you over to Europe, possibly even Ireland?
Um, we are talking about maybe doing a tour in Europe sometime next year, um, when it's sunny again. Does that ever happen in Ireland? Because according to Ash, not really.
We get about 2 days a year, so
Those are the days
plan
we'll come.
wisely. Good there. We'll dive into the last couple. There are a couple of fun random ones. First off, besides music and the band, what are you currently obsessed with?
Um, Honestly, not doing anything. After a tour, it's so there's just so much happening because, I just have to be like until I dropped off Lisa's gear on Monday, and until I had done that, I was still in tour mode because, we drove from like Florida to California, and there's just so much responsibility, especially when there's a fucking hurricane, you know? And
Yeah.
so my goal is to have everyone safe, sound back home with their gear, and then I can rest. And that just happened on Monday. And so now I'm just enjoying my time in the desert with my dogs and cat and just chill.
I like it. I like it. That has to be one of the best things about post tour, just the quiet time, the peace and quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. But outside of that, I'm into, you know, martial arts, and I like to move. I like, you know, biking, motorcycles and stuff.
Nice, nice. The next question, so it's a bit odd. If you had to spend 24 hours locked in a room with any musician from history, who would it be?
Gosh, probably one musician. Honestly, probably Brody. I just want to hang out.
Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. And the final question, so what's your go-to album? An album you constantly revisit?
Distillers. Yeah, Cora Fang, all of Mirrors, all of this is where it shifted for me, you know, musically.
I like it. I like it. Good one. Listen, Tara, this has been an absolute blast now. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
I thought that being a grown up was about security. Did I just get old? And why does it feel like I'm
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. And if you're interested in signing up to Band Builder Academy, use the link in the show notes below and enter the code CONCERTS and you'll receive 10% off. So, until next time, keep rocking.
Hey, what are you guys still doing here? The show's over. It's over. You can go home. Go on. We'll see you next time. We'll be here.